Welcome to Paperweights, the podcast where two self-proclaimed gym rats and shooting enthusiasts delve into the world of literature with a sprinkle of humor. Although their biceps could crush a walnut, don't let that intimidate you. They also have a nerdy side. Mike and Brandon have a voracious appetite for reading, particularly in the fantasy genre, and they want to share their passion with you. So grab your protein shake and your favorite novel and join us for a humorous and insightful journey into the world of books with Paperweights.
Welcome back to another episode of Paperweights. I'm your host, Brandon.
And Justin.
And today we will be discussing the first 12 chapters of the final book of the Licanius Trilogy, The Light of All That Falls.
Yes.
I think I got the name of that correct.
Really rolls off the tongue.
Yeah. I get it confused with this other World War II book, All the Light in the World or something. It was made into a short series, a limited series, a mini series. Yeah. With Hugh Laurie. It was about some people in France during World War II. One of them, or they were like radio people. So they were kind of like not necessarily spies, but like a secret underground network that was helping the Jews and everybody escape from the Nazis in occupied France. But anyway, little on the side there.
Yeah.
It's a good series. I have the book. I haven't read it yet, but I do want to read it. But the series was really good.
Yeah.
Um,
Maybe we can do that sometime for this.
yeah, there's another actor in it. I can't remember who the guy is, but I think it was one of the guys in Dark that was in it.
Mm.
See, all the light we cannot see. Was that it? All the light we cannot see is the name of it. So yeah, I didn't even get that one right. But yeah, blind girl. Let's see who is in it. I know Hugh Laurie. Yeah, the main actor was a guy that played in Dark. So, and Mark Ruffalo's in it as well. So we got kind of a few people you froze for a good bit.
Yeah, he froze.
You froze. I'm
Oh,
recording.
I froze? Okay.
Well, mine's recording, so for the recording, you froze.
Yeah.
Were you looking it up too?
No, I was checking it out.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, that's weird.
Like I said, it has Mark Ruffalo, Hugh Laurie, and then a guy from that I recognize from Dark, the series Dark. So anyway,
Hopefully my internet doesn't crap out. That was crazy.
I mean it could be mine, but mine's being recorded locally to my computer, so who knows what connection crapped out.
Yeah.
Oh well.
Oh well.
So today, yes, we're discussing the first 12 chapters. But before we get into that, want to remind you of our sponsor, Mudcat Whiskers, a Louisiana small business that sells uh, men's grooming products that smell good. I personally use the wash, conditioner, balm, and oils. He also sells shaving creams, body bars, cologne, and candles. So head on over there to mudcatwhiskers.com and use code paperweights at checkout. Yeah, so I managed to read all of this while we were on our father-daughter trip. We decided this year we were going to go to, it's kind of a little low-key, more low-key, not a grand destination, but it was fun. Got to kind of feel another cultural area of the United States and kind of learn about why the city of Birmingham was built,
Hmm.
which was kind of like a an industrial city of the South. It's kind of built in a valley that had a lot of iron ore. So they in the late 1800s they came down, built that, built a mine. They built some furnaces, and they were in a good location to compete with the iron industries of the Midwest and the North. And so they were able to kind of connect the Louisville, God, what was the other the L and N. I thought it was interesting when I found out the names of the L and N Railroad. L and N referred to two different cities. It was kind of interesting, but they were able to kind of connect railroads to there with the industry. So that was fun finding out about that. And of course, the civil rights movement is kind of like a epicenter of the civil rights movement in the 1960s. And so it was fun. It kind of had, we stayed downtown Birmingham and walked everywhere downtown that we wanted to go to. Um, it was fun. Nice city downtown. We watched Mandalorian and Grogu in an IMAX dome, which was a cool experience. Although I do want to go see it on a regular screen because the dome is like a curved screen, so like some of the corners were cut off, and then on the edges it was a little distorted looking, but like all the action in the middle was pretty good and like right up in your face, and you can kind of look up and around. So it was bigger, and the sound was really loud. Um,
That sounds a little disorienting.
it took some getting used to, but it was fun. And there were only like 35 people in there because it wasn't actually like at a movie theater. It was at a science center in
Hmm.
downtown Birmingham that has an IMAX dome that they usually show like documentaries and stuff, wildlife documentaries and science documentaries. So it was kind of fun. It wasn't packed. It was easy. It was cheap. It was like $13 a ticket, which I think that's cheap.
Yeah, it's not bad.
Um,
Nowadays, it's not bad.
yeah. Uh, yeah, we did that, and we took a drive out to Atlanta one day, and we did the Atlanta Aquarium and or I think it's called the Georgia Aquarium, and then right next door is the World of Coke Museum, which is fun, and got to try uh, I don't even know how many different flavors of fountain drinks from all across the world, and I will say. All of them were pretty good except for the one from Italy, which was named the Beverly. And that one, I don't even know what it tastes like, but it was very, very bitter and was disgusting. So,
Can't win them all.
yeah, I know, right? But uh, I did get a new koozie from um, the Alabama Peanut Company. Kind of funny. So,
Nice.
interesting place, the Alabama Peanut Company. They roast and they boil peanuts, and you can go in there from like 11 a.m. to 9 p.m., get some peanuts, and they also sell beer. So you can eat peanuts and drink beer and hang out. And it's like in a building that's was built in the late 1800s, so it's got like a lot of history, kind of old brick, and the street out in front is actually like cobblestone.
Hmm.
It's pretty fun.
Yeah, that's cool.
But did you do anything exciting? That was my week the last week. So did you do anything exciting over Memorial Day weekend?
Not, not too much. Mainly
Rained
just
all the time.
yeah, it rained a bit and just caught up on stuff around the house. I'd already been um done with the reading, so I kind of had to got to chill. I watched some anime. I finished up my rewatch of Rurouni Kenshin, because that was fun.
I
Um,
don't think I've watched that one. I haven't watched nearly as much anime as you have,
yes, I
but
watched so much. It's cool. It's basically about this wandering samurai. It's kind of like Kung Fu. Uh, The Legend Continues, if you've ever watched that. It's basically like this wandering samurai who in the past was like a crazy assassin that killed a lot of people. So now he's trying to like atone for his crimes and like help people. And I goes around and does that. And it's good.
okay. I might
It's
have
from
to
the
check it out.
it's from the 90s. The remake's on Crunchyroll. It's not as good. It's still, still very
I
interesting.
I did try to watch. I looked up father-daughter movies. And I was trying so because one night we were just chilling at the apartment, and so I picked I picked one from the internet that I saw. I remember liking, but I didn't remember much of the content of it. But it was called Definitely Maybe, and it's like a little love story where Ryan Reynolds is going through a divorce, and his 11-year-old daughter is asking questions about why that's happening. So he decides to tell her the story of how he met her mother, but he changed the names of all the his ex-girlfriends and everything. So it's going through all this stuff. And we're about 30 minutes in, and there was already so much like talk about like sex. The kids, like when he went and picked up his daughter from school, all the parents there were freaking out because they had a sex ed class that day and they weren't told that it was happening. So like she was like, "Oh my God," they said like, and the man thrusts his penis in over and over, and he's like, "Would you stop saying thrust?" Um, so anyway, 30 minutes in, Jules finally turns and looks and says, "I don't think I should be watching this." And I was like, "Why not?" She goes, "I don't know, because they're talking about sex." I was like, "Well, I mean, you'll have to learn about it someday." She goes, I'm not gonna watch. I'm not gonna watch any more of this." So that was kind of a failure. Um,
That day was not today.
so, but anyway, yeah.
That's funny.
All
Hmm.
right, let's. Oh, I was gonna say one more thing, and then we could get into the discussion of the book. What's funny is we drove into Atlanta and we're driving around downtown because that's where the aquarium is. And there's so many people cosplaying. And I was like, there's got to be a con. And like Jules is looking around and it's like, oh, that's such and such, that's such and such. A lot of characters we don't recognize either. But yeah, there was an anime con called MomoCon going on while we were down there. So it was interesting. Kind of funny that a lot of the cosplayers, some of the cosplayers came and were touring the aquarium while they were cosplayed. Um, so definitely kind of interesting seeing bearded burly men dressed as like I don't it wasn't Sailor Moon, but it was some female character. But
Yeah,
I mean, it happens, no judgment, but it's it's just not something you see every day.
yeah, definitely.
So
That's funny. Yeah, I've never done the cosplay myself.
it takes skill and lots of or lots of money.
Yeah, and it just seems annoying. 'Cause
It
it's
could
gonna be it's gonna be hot, and if you're actually trying to do stuff at the con, it might be
cumbersome.
rather just not.
Yeah. All right, let's get
All right,
into this book.
look. So Brandon, how you feeling? We're like a fourth of the
So,
way through.
uh, I want to continue. I didn't want to stop reading. Um, I think he does get better um, writing with each book that he does. It almost feels, and there were several years between the releases of these books, so I don't know how much he wrote at one time, Definitely he had to have some type of outline for what he was going to tell, due to the nature of the story having millennia of history in the world and time travel, flashbacks, and the way he reveals information. So he definitely had to have a good outline of what he was going to do. But as far as how his writing was going and how he revealed things, when he revealed things, it definitely seems like he may have read forums after each book went out, or read, at least read reviews, and got reviews back from people, and was like, and took it to heart and put it into his writing, and kind of improved his writing that way. Um, this book definitely seems darker, has somehow has a darker tone to it, um, and gives a like a whole new scope on the world. Like we've got Asha, who is basically in an Inception-like dream state,
Mhm.
um, and
In
then
the Dokken.
in the Dokken, just it's a cool name.
Is
And Davian, who is, as of the end, seems like he's in a pocket reality that's like a Hunger Games type thing.
yeah.
Weir, who is fine, like I finally see why he's important.
I still don't.
It
We'll get to it, but
he has his own powers.
sure.
Um, and then of course we have Talcamar, who's like just
Basically
roaming the,
does
huh?
nothing. Does nothing this section, which is really funny. Uh,
He traps Alaris, or
sure, sure.
yeah, and
In the
then like doesn't die,
yeah,
falls 3,000 feet and like doesn't die, and then but is what wakes up and is just like unable to move because he's healing so slowly, which kind of sucks.
yeah, yeah.
So, um, no, I like it. Um, how do you feel?
I feel largely the same way that I've been feeling. It's like the best written 6 out of 10 for me that I've ever read. Because I think it's well written. I think I just don't like the plot. I think that's just gonna be the way it is gonna be. Because like it just feels it's so weird. So like Davian, like he does this random side story, but we already know his like story-ish enough. So we're just kind of waiting for him to do the thing. And then like Weir's doing his own thing. And like we still don't really know the plot of this story yet. Like, what's Talcamar's goal? He has his memories back. I don't know. So like it's just if it what it does is it feels like a book like 5 out of like it feels like the book before the final book. So it's a weird thing because like we're like a fourth of the way through and like not much has really happened. Um and like Davian's on a weird side quest in another planet, time, something. They make a really big deal of the red moon, which I don't remember there being a red moon. So he's
Yeah,
either on another planet or in the Darklands or something. Um, so yeah, it feels kind of like it's not as bad, but it feels like a middle book or like later middle book of like Wheel of Time.
like
Or
seven,
like
or book of 7 or 8.
7 or 8 of Wheel of Time. Where like we spend a lot of time with like Elaine becoming the Queen of Andor, right? And that's kind of what we're doing with Weir. And it's just like I don't care about the struggles of the Southland and stuff. The world is ending, maybe, or something. So it's a very strange. book for me because I do like it and it's fun, but also like I don't know where it's going, and I kind of don't care about half the main characters still.
I don't know how they're gonna bring Elric into it.
Yeah, uh, like
And romance, to me, romance may as well not really have been introduced.
yeah, I have a feeling. So if we want to do like predictions, I have a feeling she is like married a Lord of the Southlands or something, and she's gonna like politically do something to help bring the Southlands to the north or whatever. It makes the most sense or something like that. Uh, Elric
Yep.
and
Elric's
Dethea,
sister,
yeah,
is it
because
Dethea?
Dethea, yeah,
Is that
because
her
she
name?
went, yeah, something like that. They both haven't been on in the book yet. No.
Yeah, they have it. I did search for Elric's name just to see if he showed up in the book. I don't know what pages. I didn't look at the page numbers,
Yeah.
but there was a lot of hits on the find for his name.
Oh, I'm sure he's gonna show up.
So
They kind of have to. I don't know what they're gonna do. But also, I mean, he does get mentioned because Davian's like, "Ooh, good thing I have those memories of how to sword fight from Elric."
yeah.
Um, but yeah, it's just weird. Um, and like I think if this was like a 6 book series or something, like I would be less. It's kind of like how I felt with Wind and Truth. Whereas like it was the final book of like the big arc and of a lot of the main some of the main characters' final book, maybe. We'll see if they come back. Um and like it felt like it needed more momentum the way it did, but it's just kind of doing it did a lot of side quests, which was annoying me, as you can listen to 500 hours of. And this is kind of the same thing where like Davian still needs to go back in time and talk to Asha in the first book. He still needs to we'll get to my theory of his death. He still needs to do that in the book sometime, probably before the end of the book, but maybe the end of the book. So like he still has he needs to do his vision of fighting all of Cassandra's people with Nethgalrid. So like we already know a lot of Davian stuff that he has to do because so far time hasn't been able to be changed yet. So like and that's also, I think, a thing that's kind of messing with me. I think time should have been changed already because it's kind of weird. Because, like, Wheel of Time has prophecies, right? A lot of them. But they're not like, and then Rand went to Ilion and did this. And you're like, all right, well, Rand, you gotta go do that and do that. Like, you have, like, hints, like, Rand needs to go to the Eye of Tyr, or the Stone of Tyr or whatever. But you're not like, you don't like have a flash forward of him doing that. So it's weird. Like I think if it was more obfuscated and just like, hey, this is happening, I would be a little bit more like interested in Davian's side quest. Because I'm like, all right, Davian's gonna go do the side quest and he can't we find out he can't die, right? Because he might magically force his dude to commit suicide.
But then that's another interesting thing because Talcamar is trying to prove that there's free will and that there's no predestination, right?
Yeah.
But all the characters that are like, oh yeah, that
Well,
makes
well,
sense. They're
no.
all,
Kalkumar knows that there's predestination. He wants to stop that because what he did is he found out that Davian was from the future, so he based his entire plan on knowing that Davian was going to have to go back in time, so he would not be dead until a certain point in the future. So he could actually predict through Davian's presence how like time would go. That was his whole. That's kind of why he befriended him and all that shit from what I got, is that was his plan. He's like, oh, I have a fixed point that I know is gonna happen, so I can like work around, which was interesting. I thought that was really cool. But
well, yes, I mean in a way because that's time travel, right? And
yeah,
so it happened already. Davian died in Talcamar's past.
yes, but then he
Yes,
has to actually
but
go back
he
in time.
Talcamar is on the side of destiny can be changed.
Yes, but
He wants to prove that, but in order to prove that, you have to not believe in everything is predetermined.
from what I understand, he wants to like make that happen by freeing L. Now, how he's gonna free L, he has not told us yet. But for what I understand is that Talcmar knows that everything is predetermined. Which how is he gonna stop? And like, but then there's the immortals are outside of that, maybe? I don't know. And then he's gonna try to stop that by killing everybody or doing something weird. And then the past he can go back and change the past of his wife dying, maybe. I think that's the plot of the book. But also there's a weird plot with Weir being a, a politician thrown in there. So like yeah. So it's just it's just a weird book. So I think it's good, but I don't think it's like I think it's well written. I just don't know if I think it's like the plot's good.
I don't know. If it comes together really well, will that upgrade your, and this is kind of funny because this is like a conversation to have at the end of this podcast.
Yeah.
Um, but we'll get into the summary
Yeah,
shortly. But
I got all the summary.
if it concludes really well, do you think that it could bring your 6 out of 10 up to like an 8 or 9 out of 10?
Mm, I mean anything's possible, but I would say probably not. It would probably go up to like a 7. Like I would be like, oh, it'd be like if so kind of the same thing, but like we've talked about it forever, like Wind and Truth, right? If the ending of Wind and Truth, I like the ending of Wind and Truth. I liked where the world happened. It did upgrade the book, but it didn't like radically change it. But you've said people cry over the ending. So if I cry over the ending, it would probably get like a bump up. I would probably be like the beginning of the book's kind of bad, but it like writes itself. Or not bad, just kind of meandering and then it kind of writes itself.
If you were to go and recommend it to people at that point, would you use it? It's kind of funny because I saw somebody, I don't remember what book it was about, but but it happens. I hear it a whole lot. It goes, if you can push past this point, then everything on this is worth it. And it's like, well, true, but why isn't that first part good? And like if you go through 50% of a book or like even 50 pages, right?
Yeah.
Like one book I can think of that was the first 60 pages were horrible and like I wanted to gouge my eyes out reading was Girl with the Dragon Tattoo. After that, it was a really fucking good book. Um, like there was just like a turning point in it. Would it be something like that when you give a recommendation?
Uh, I mean, without having the ending known. Maybe. Actually, probably not. So like, I can think of series that I can uh do this for, like Wheel of Time, right? I mean, it gets bad in the middle, and I can be like, hey, it's gonna like kind of suck for like 3 whole books, but the ending is worth it and it's really good. But I can if you just want to stop, you've read the best part of it, so you can't stop. And like there are stuff like that. This I don't think the first 2 books are good enough for me to do that. I would say I would be like if you want a pretty fun like fantasy series, you're like out of a fantasy series, then sure, go ahead and read these. They're well written, they're fun. You might enjoy the characters and plot a little bit more than me, but probably not. This would be like a look at other people's opinion and then make your own. I think it's kind of just fine.
Okay.
Because I think the first 2 books are like fine, but they're like also a little weird. So I'm like, yeah. Mm. But like, there's like none of those books are as good as like any of the Stormlight books, even probably, well, maybe it's better than Wind of Truth, but the first bunch of Stormlight, they're nowhere there. None of, like, we compared a lot to like Wheel of Time. None of the Wheel of Time are any of them really even in the ballpark. But like, probably as good as like a Shannara book and stuff. So if you like fantasy, I would recommend reading them because they're good and fun. They're just not my cup of tea so far. But I want to cry at the end, so hopefully it happens.
I want you to cry at the end. I want you to cry so bad that you, in a good way, that you say, "Oh man, all of that was worth it."
I mean, there are things because there's been like animes and especially like JRPGs that like you have to get through the first like 30 hours of this JRPG and then the story opens up and it gets really good. Like the Trails games. But even then, like as you're going through the slog and stuff, you're still, and I guess I'm still enjoying it well enough to read. Like I would have put down Wind and Truth. I would not have put down any of these three books. So it's like a 6 out of 10. So I'm like, hey, it's fun. It's easy to read. It's good. It's just not like grabbing me. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I think the writing and the characters are good enough in here for me right now to have it as like a 7 or 7.5, and you know, recommend it to people so far. Um, there's definitely been other series and books that I've read that like are just complete crap compared to this, but are like still fun and just like, eh,
Yeah,
oh, I could
yeah,
have done without reading that. I think this is a little higher up.
yeah. Like I'm looking forward to continuing to like to finishing this. Like I'm not gonna, but also like just because there's like really good 6 out of 10 TV shows I really like too, and it's not like a because you can like things just know they're not like as quality as some other things. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
That's kind of where I'm at. Anyway, want to do the recap?
yeah. Let's do the recap.
All right. I'm just gonna go through characters again because they don't actually meet up. Who knows when they will. Uh, First thing first, they did another recap. It is funny that he spoils shit in the recaps that didn't happen in the books, like that Talcamar's was Malchesh. We kind of already knew that, but it wasn't confirmed, and it's just funny. And the recaps were really long. I was like, all right, okay, yeah, that stuff did happen.
Yeah,
Um,
it was really long, but I'm thankful for it because it
oh yeah,
reminded me of a lot of things, and I was like, okay, yeah, actually, a lot more happened than I thought.
yeah,
I
like
think another thing that it kind of spoiled that the book didn't actually state was that the Nethgala at the beginning of book two, she came in and killed whoever.
yeah, that's right.
Like in the book, it was some other name, and then in this recap, it was like, yeah, Nethgala came and did that. I was like, oh, okay, well, we don't have to have those theories anymore. But I wonder
Yeah,
if people guessed so much and he again like read forums and was like, oh well, everybody knows it, so I might as well just tell people.
yeah. I do think that like we have said this before on book two that more books should do this. Like I wish like Sanderson would do this and have like stuff for like each book that would be in like Cosmere connections for like the book that's gonna be read. Like, it'd have like White Sands and then other shit. Like so if you needed to, you would know if you didn't want to get spoiled, you could skip it, but if you wanted to get the context of people, you got and like Wheel of Time would be really good for that too, because they take so long to come out that you're like, what happened again? I have to reread the entire series,
Right.
which I've done. Uh, but yes, but yeah, so good on recaps. I really like it, but it is funny, and he does spoil stuff. But at least this one, he like says it in the prologue that like when I was Moshe, I talked with David. It was funny. But yeah, we start off with Weir. Okay, so
You skipped
there's
the
been a
prologue. Are you gonna
he
skip over?
Weir is the pro in the prologue, right?
No,
No, not
Cable
Weir.
is.
Sorry. Yes, I, I didn't scroll down for talk more yet. But yes, yeah, the prologue. Yeah, 1 year time skip, so that's fun. He's so Talcamar is going to Al Cathranen, which is like a builder city thing. It's the capital of the builders, I think. He meets up with Alaris. They talk about like, same old stuff. And then he's like, I'm gonna kill myself, but he tricks Solaris. They like fight, and then he he tricks Solaris and go into a portal, and he goes back into the wells. And since he can't create a portal, he basically um, took him out of the game for a little bit. He's like, I'm gonna have to still go kill that dude eventually, but I'm not gonna do that right now. And then he's like, all right, well, I guess I need to respawn, which I guess he would respawn and like be like, what's up, Alaris? I just sent you to the well. Unless they're like each other in a different well, it'd be a little awkward. I don't know.
I
Um,
don't know. He gave us more information about the wells and everything, or the
yeah,
forge. Um, but we
yeah,
still don't know everything. So like we're gonna learn more about it. But
yeah,
it seems like stolen technology from the Ceres.
yeah. The snake people.
Yeah.
Then he's like, all right, I guess I gotta go respawn, and then he jumps off a cliff. Unfortunately, unfortunately, that doesn't kill him. Okay. He's like, I'm too powerful, but I'm really fucked up. He like passes out. Um, there's a flashback with Alshesh. Have you met him before? I can't remember.
I'm not sure if we've met him, but we knew about him because uh he predicted he saw, I think he's an augur, he saw that Davian would be the savior of the world, and like Terasar and Niam and
Hmm.
Layman, all three of them, uh they had some memories and they knew that. So we first learned about it from Niam in book one,
Okay.
right before he died in
So he's
the
one of the
harvest.
augurs. He's one of the augurs that like share his memories with those three.
I think so.
I think he's also immortal. He becomes more. Anyway, yeah. I'm guessing that's the dude that rescued him. He's like, hey, you
I
stupid
have a feeling it
bitch.
is. The stranger that met him has the eagle medallion around his neck
Yeah.
as well.
And he immediately has a flashback of him and Alsha. So I assume that what it was okay. Basically flashback. They're meeting the Chalice. There's like one left because they're all dead and he like imprisoned them for 1,000 years or something. It brings them back the scales that the people were using to make the Dark Aether. He's like, I'm gonna disintegrate these because we we were also immortal, but if we go into the Shadow Realm for too long, we become insane. And they've been in the Shadow Realm for 1,000 years, so poof, he blows them up. Then he like connects Alshesh to the Forge. The Forge seems to be the thing that's making everybody immortal. We don't really know much about it. And he's like, I have 13 connections. It didn't have the capital C, so it's not the Cosmere. Um, and then he's like, I see everything. And he like collapses and what's that guy's name? Ordan. Ordan's like, I'm gonna go die. Bye. That's kind of what happens. Um,
Did he say he was gonna die, or he just shows up? Like
he's like, I'm gonna go meet I'm gonna go to the other veteran and Hawkmar's like, he's gonna kill you. He's like, yeah, I have no reason to live anymore. So he pieces out. So
uh,
he might not be dead, but we'll
I
see.
forgot. I thought he was supposed to be dead, but they were surprised that he was alive.
Yeah. My life has no more meaning anymore, so I'm gonna go
Because
die.
he's the only
Yeah,
one of his race left, right?
yeah.
Yeah.
Just the other lady died.
But
Um,
they so Caden and Alchesh did discuss a 10-year plan for the boundary, the Yashara, and to test L's power, like to just construct this for 10 years and see what the power does. That was part of that flashback.
yes, yeah. But yeah. So present day, Falcomar is preparing himself basically. That's kind of where that ends. Um, who do you want next? Davian, Weir, or Asha? We can just do Asha fast. Asha, she's chilling in the Dokkan. Uh, every time there's like a shift, she gets like back to reality and gets tortured a bunch. She's getting trained how to fight by uh Ellie, I guess, who is a
Oh, hold on.
construct. No, man.
One thing you didn't mention. Sorry, I didn't
Okay.
realize it went into the next chapter um for Takamar's thing. But
Hmm.
they were the talk about the severs and it seemed to me one of the predictions is that Andriel, so she gave one of the Chalice gave her sever to Andriel to study. And I mean, it may be obvious here, but if it's not, my prediction was that that's what he used to mimic and copy and create the swords, especially Licanius. And then they because with the sever, we learn that if they use their sever, it cuts them off and they're no longer immortal and they will die. Um, they don't die immediately, uh, but that I think that's what Licanius was based off of, that kind of magic and that
I
copy.
could see that.
So sorry.
No, you're good. You're good.
You went off to who?
Asha,
Ash
because she's easy.
okay.
Um, she's in the Dokkan. Every time there's a shift,
Dogen.
she gets sent back to reality where she's getting tortured a bunch, and it seems like it really, really sucks. But the Dokkan's really cool, and she's getting trained by Ellie. I guess that's how you say it.
Yeah,
Who's like a potentially sentient thing or just training construct. Seems to be special. Maybe she'll be like Cortana or something from Halo. So she's getting more cool with her
that
powers.
that's Eliava. Eliava. It's Talcamar's wife.
Yeah, but not really.
I somehow I think it is. I think that's where she got shunted,
Man,
but she's definitely not. I mean, she's definitely like an AI type thing in there. Um,
yeah,
in the next part when Diara comes, she's like, "Oh, what's that?"
yeah.
She was surprised. I don't think Diara. Yeah, they chose not to tell Diara her name, right?
I don't think they like said anything about her really.
Yeah,
But yeah, Diara shows up. They fight, and she's like, "Hey, guess what? Uh, how about a deal? We'll set Davian free before he gets murked by Talcumar, and you do a binding to where you just don't use your power for blowing up the world." And she's like, "Wait, what? Talcumar's gonna die from?" And she's like, "Yep." And she's like,
Davian.
"Well, hey, Davian's gonna
Yeah.
die." And she's like, "Yeah, that sucks." But then she's not gonna do the deal. But she has a week to like train up and get powerful enough to not get murked by Diara.
Diara.
So yeah.
But also, she's probably not gonna remember or at least listen to what Davian, future Davian came and told her, said, "Don't go to Ilshan Gakdel Teth because it's a trap."
Yeah.
Because
Um,
they're gonna tell her, like, "Yeah, we have them trapped over here."
yeah, she does have a stopgap maneuver to whenever Diara shows up, she can force a shift to just get tortured a bunch. So that's a fun thing. So yeah, I mean, she's eventually gonna get free and do stuff, but right now she's kind of just in her hyperbolic time chamber training. That's her. Let's see. Let's go with Weir. Weir. So he goes through a portal to Tolshin, and he can like basically control everybody now. But that has taken the tenants or bound by tenants. Um, he's like, hey, the South is maybe going to revolt, and hey, there's two countries that are um, maybe going to attack us. We find out later. The Banes from book two, they've disappeared somewhere. Nobody knows. They haven't seen them really. They've been scouring the lands, but they haven't really. They fought a couple of them, but nothing really much has happened. We did find out that there's a final augur. Nobody knows who or what they are. It's gonna be fun. Let's see. Okay, we talked to some people from Tolshed. We found out that Drass was the guy that controlled the king. Sure. But there's a vision that Elenalan is gonna get destroyed. So that's kind of why Tolshed and stuff have been doing stuff in the south. Because they're like, hey, we can't change the future, so we might as well prepare for the future. Let's see, Drass. Yeah, Drass was behind the Weir assassination attempt in book two, and Rethgar told him to do it. And we found out that Rethgar was the first attempted Shotteth. Um, and then let's see. The last thing Weir does is there's like a mock battle where he's like, I'm gonna be a general. He does good. And then he recalls the soldiers from the north to come protect because shit's happening in the south. And he's gonna go talk with a Shatef. I forget which one it is.
He did you get did I just imagine this or project or predict that he's using the oath stones to manipulate the battle and his troops?
Uh, no, no, he's not doing that.
I felt like he did. Um, because like right after when he gets congratulated, he has to hand over the oath
Yeah,
stone. So he has to hand over an oath stone, which is one of the ones that are tracked. The one from his father's study is untracked and nobody knows about. So
yeah,
part of that assembly that he's bound to is they keep track of those oath stones, but they let him use the oath stones for uh purposes.
yeah. But like yeah. So like, there's like a guy with that they're keeping an eye on him because he can manipulate everybody around him. I guess the people that are keeping track of those stones are part of. No, it does make sense. But yeah, I don't think he was manipulating the soldiers. That would be terrible. I mean, I don't think he could actually do that.
Well, I mean, in the same way as he gave, because we already saw him give instructions to somebody to find him, right? Like in the first chapter with Weir,
Yeah,
he
basically,
gives,
yeah, he basically has a death note.
yeah, he tells Driskin how to find him.
Yeah,
Like he doesn't, the person doesn't have to be able to hear him to get the instructions on what to do.
yeah,
And so that's why I thought with the battle, he's relaying instructions. Like he's a general, like he's learning how to be a general.
yeah,
And so the Oath Stone is almost a communication and un um what's the word I'm looking for? Cannot cannot be denied, right? You have to listen to him.
Yeah,
So he's like, go here, do this, do these things. So that's what I felt was going on.
I didn't get that.
But I may be wrong, but it'd be cool if I'm right.
Yeah, yeah.
Um, seems
Uh,
like a cool use of the Oath Stone. I mean, I don't think it's, I mean, if you, I mean, soldiers are supposed to obey the commands of their, I mean, for a military to work effectively, soldiers have to obey the commands of their superior officers. So, you know,
sure.
I mean, if you desert in most cases, it's like, you know, treason and um a lot of places death
Well,
or
yeah.
imprisonment or whatever. So,
Basically,
like
every place is death. But yeah, I don't know. I just didn't get that. I just saw it as more like he came up with a plan and executed it or whatever.
yeah,
But I mean, maybe. Have we seen Rethgar before this book? Or did I just totally blank his name
I,
from my memory?
I don't think so.
Okay, this comes up, with Davy as well. Um, but yeah, yeah. So that's kind of his stuff. We get more like world building, and oh no, Alon's gonna get blown up.
Like
And see,
Rethgar is supposedly dead, but he's alive now.
yeah, because he's shot tough.
It's their first, it was, and they said it was their first attempt at a Shateth. So
Yeah,
whatever that means, and I know there were four Shateth,
something like that. Yeah,
and so one of them's dead.
yeah, at least one, maybe
At least
two.
one. I think two are dead.
Yeah, I think the one that there's the one Asha killed, and then the one that like mur that dude when Asha was there in book one. I think that guy's dead too, but I could be wrong.
Yeah, I think he is.
I forget how he died. I'm pretty sure he did.
Yeah, the
Uh,
one in book one, and then the one that Asha killed.
yeah,
And then like the guy in book one, I think he said there was one that was a traitor.
yeah, could be
Uh,
Rethgar because he's working. Well, they're all working for the Venerants. I don't know.
depend. I think no. I feel like the Watcher Aelrith was the first one, right?
Yeah,
Um, I kind of feel like he was working with the Shadraheen.
maybe.
So I don't know. They're Oh no, Talcamar killed that one.
Oh yeah, that's true. Yeah, yeah,
He
in book one.
incinerated it.
Yeah, in book one. Yeah.
Yeah, in book one. So much stuff.
Yes, yes, so much
There
stuff.
is a lot that happened. It's like
There it
it
is.
feels
Yeah.
like there's nothing that happened, but there's a lot that happened. Whether or not it's consequential is another question. But
Yeah. So yeah. So yeah. So this is weird thing. We're gonna get him probably being a military commander, I guess. And see, this is one of the like my big like disconnects with this entire series is like we're really supposed to care about what happens to Andar, this like kingdom. I think that's the key. Like
yeah, and
we're really supposed to care about it. When it's like Talcamar is like, I'm gonna break reality and make sure that we can all be unshackled from fate. And it's like, yeah, yeah, this one whole kingdom is gonna get blown up. It's like, oh no. That's like my big thing. It's like if Wheel of Time, the main thing we are supposed to care about was like Andor. It's like, no, the Dark One's gonna blow up the entire world. Like we kind of care about Andor a little bit, but it's like not the big thing. And that's like all of Weir's entire storyline is just this like what it feels to me like a small like plot point in this like grand epic of like Davian's on another planet, I guess. And like Asha's like has control of all the magic users in the kingdom and can like is powering the boundary, and then Weir's like, I gotta go listen to plans about stuff, and it's like I don't care about Desriel and this other country maybe invading. I really don't care about the Southlands gonna rise up and overthrow the North Warden. I'm just like that's my biggest my biggest thing with this plot. I'm just like I don't care. I don't care about the Tol Shin trying to take control of the kingdom or whatever because it's just so it feels to me like it's so small that like it doesn't matter. Do you get that, or am I wrong?
Yeah, I do, but I think I have a different, like, my expectations of books and how I externalize my feelings about them
Mm,
are different than yours and other
yeah,
people, right?
yeah,
So like you can go like, yeah, I don't care. Me, I'm like, I don't know where this is going, but I want to continue reading and find out. Like
yeah,
it's like I don't think it's bad. And sure, it's not like I tend not to think in most things that the grandiose scale of the different plot lines here and
yeah.
there. Um, I don't know. I take it for what it is, and
Mm,
I think I like to in general I give the benefit of the doubt more than I probably should.
mm,
Like I think in the world there are more good people than there are bad people.
mm,
And I tend to believe that I'm optimistic. I tend to believe that the good people will prevail, you know, in the long run.
yeah,
Sure, bad shit is going to happen here and there, but ultimately the ships will right itself and whatnot, you know.
mm,
Whether I or not I survive any of that stuff, I don't know. But the same thing with the books. Like these are made up stories. So the author knows what's going to happen. Of course, you get things like authors like George R. R. Martin, where he has, I think, has gone on record of saying, "Hey, not everything like my world is a living world, so there's going to be things that happen that don't actually affect the grand story, and so it's just gonna end. Like you'll be
yeah,
following these people that are supposed to be important, and they just like, all right, well that family line is gone. Guess we don't have to worry about them now, which will happen in the real world. But ultimately, I think most authors tend not to do what George R. R. Martin did, where he
yeah.
has a
But
whole
al but
story.
also like Game of Thrones doesn't really have a plot, right? It doesn't. It's just like a bunch of characters kind of doing stuff, and it's like it's interesting. It's kind of like more history because it's based off like War of the Roses and shit like that. So it makes sense for that book for like shit to happen. You got expectations from many characters dying that like people can just die at any time, and I do agree with that. And it can be good. I think what I'm missing from this storyline is if let's see, what's the the thing at the middle of the city that like killed everybody with the shadows or whatever.
The sanctuary, the
Yeah, the
conduit.
central. Yeah, yeah. But what it like? I need like, what if that was really important to like Talcamar's goal? So then them having to build an army to defend it would like give Weir something. Yeah, I just need him to like to be tied to the storyline. Uh, Personally, I need that. So like Weir, because like also they are so comically overmatched if the boundary goes down. They would lose in like 10 seconds. All the bad guys have the thalassinium armor or whatever that just blocks all their shit. They all have like they have hundreds of Dargathan and the flying guys and the fucking weird faceless dudes that like eat people that are cool. So like it's cool that you're a general. You have zero chance of winning if the boundary goes down.
So
Like
Do
literally
we
zero.
know if the Oath Stone can control the Banes?
I don't see why it would. Because it only
I
works
don't
on the
see why it wouldn't.
well, it only works on the
People with the mark.
yeah. Do they have the mark? I don't know. I don't remember.
I don't know, but what if that's their understanding, right? So what if the mark is something else, is an influence or something caused by something specific that also happens with the Banes?
Maybe.
But and no, I get that. And so where my mind goes is that the connection there is to Jackarus and Nethgala, right? So like the tenets and the oathstones and the assembly and all this stuff was like fed to the nobles, like North Warden and the king, uh,
Yeah.
by the augurs and everything. So there's a reason for this that they saw, right? Um,
Sure.
and so that's my connection back for a hope or a positive outlook
Yeah.
for it connecting and being a
Like I'm sure it's gonna be a cool fight. Like whenever Asha gets out of the boundary or out of the I forgot the name of it, and she's doing stuff so the
tributary.
the tributary so the boundary falls and like Elena Line gets blown up. But see, also now we know that Elena Line gets blown up, right? And I'm guessing it's going to be towards the end of the book when Talcamar succeeds in changing fate or whatever. So it also kind of undercuts that, where you're like, oh, is Elena Line going to get blown up? Oh, we know it's going to get blown up. So it's a little anticlimactic that way too.
But maybe so to me it's that hope that fate can be subverted and changed so that it's like the 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 vision of Elenolon being blown up becomes just a mere possibility and a threat that they can diffuse, right? So it's
Except it literally hasn't. Everybody knows that fate can't be changed, and we haven't had an example of it being changed.
right, but that's the
Because
whole that is the entire conflict in this
yes,
series
but
is
Talcamar has to
can
like unleash the god or whatever for that to happen.
but
As far
maybe
as
it
we
doesn't.
know.
Maybe it doesn't. Maybe the god Shemeloth has convinced everybody that hey, everything will happen. And so it's like, okay, well, I'm going to try to not make this happen, but because I think it's going to happen, my mind is going to go, like, well, that's going to happen. So everything's so close. Oh, I made a mistake. It happened.
Sure. I don't think what it's been set up that you can just like mind trick your way into breaking fate. That would make that series kind of dumb. So I'm just saying, like it's
No,
fun.
but we also saw in this section, which I don't, I it's I don't think we got to it yet, but there was
Dating.
no whenever yeah, we already learned about it. So whenever Drass is giving all this information, right? Um there's so much going on in those chapters where they were revealing so much shit. I was like, oh, whatever. But one
Yeah.
of the things was they were fed a whole bunch of lies. And then one person knew which visions were actually going to come true. But they
Yeah.
didn't tell everybody. The other, all the false ones were always all giving out as well.
Yeah, that was the whole Ogre Rebellion.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
like maybe the Yelena explosion is a false one that
Yeah, it's possible. It's possible. Like I'm not saying it's horrible. I'm just saying it does. I, for right now, it's been proven as a fact because it has not been changed for thousands and thousands of years, and Talcamar's entire thing is to change it. That whatever is seen is true and it's gonna happen. And that there's one timeline. There's no branching timelines. So right now it's like, yeah, well, it's gonna get blown up. All right, cool. Um, so like I'm curious where it's gonna go because I'm sure that the fight's gonna be cool. Maybe he can control the Banes. That'd be cool. He's gonna have to do something because they're so comically overmatched. Uh, it's ridiculous. Um,
And then that black sludge, which we learn about the darkness or whatever.
yeah, dark. It's like, all right, cool. But yeah, that's kind of Davian. I mean, not Davian. That's jeez,
Weird.
weird. It was cool getting confirmation on some theories from books 1 and 2 about what was happening behind the scenes. I'm curious what the Shateth is gonna reveal, and like maybe learn more about Rethgar and shit like that. So there's still, you know, I'm hopeful. Davian, let's see. Davian's been chilling for a year in prison, most of it. He's been getting tortured by what's his face, Rethgar, because he killed Talkmar and followed their plans. We learned that Fessy is dead. I don't believe it because that would suck. So hopefully she's not dead. Um, uh, I don't know about your thoughts on that.
I didn't think about it because I forgot about it. I didn't go back and read my notes, but I feel like we're gonna find her in this cube area. That
Yeah, I doubt she's dead because that would suck. She's like one of the cooler characters in the book. She has really cool powers and stuff. Um, oh, I do. I guess I could do. Do you want my Davian thick prediction right now?
we can go through the end and you can give it.
All right. Let's see. So he's been getting tortured and stuff.
Oh,
They're
we do
like,
find out the form that Davian took in Atlantis.
yeah, which one's that in?
The so he took
Yeah.
somebody's form and the first time he shapeshifted,
Mm.
and it was one of the kids, Tanner, or one of the people, Tanner, in
Yeah.
the bar that he killed by making everybody cut their faces,
Yeah, we do get a cool flashback of that.
which
Uh,
is interesting. I don't know how Talcamar
knows.
recognized that
Yeah.
because Talcamar was like, "Wait, why that face?" He's like, "I have no
Yeah.
clue who this is." So,
Maybe Tanner was Talcamar and he did the
I mean,
thing to get Davian to do something to like
Tanner, Tanner is honor.
that is true. Okay, what if Talcamar was Tanner and he did this entire thing so Davian would die as so his like special thing would commence or whatever. Because he gets killed in this flashback basically, right? He's like, oh all my shit's broken. So I think that's when he dies and becomes like a weird zombie or whatever he is.
Who becomes a weird zombie?
Davian, because he has like he lives from essence or whatever. Davian's dead. Like he's like a construct kind of, right?
Yeah. They said something weird happened with him, right? Like
Yeah,
Tyrus said something happened.
yeah.
Yeah.
And he
This
gets
is where he
broken.
accesses Khan.
Yeah, and he gets like his ribs shattered and stuff. But yeah, Davian is like for all intents and purposes a zombie almost.
Yes.
Because he needs outside con to survive and shit. So maybe Talcamar was Tanner and did all that. So because he needed Davian to get into the special state. Possibly. It's not my theory. But yeah, it'd be cool. Um,
So Tanner is Talcamar and Davian kills him.
yeah.
Davian kills Talcamar, but Talcamar kills Davian. They kill each other.
Well, I have a theory with that too.
Huh.
But yeah, they go. They're like, hey, they pull him out of jail, and they're like, hey, you're gonna go fight in an arena. And there's a fight. There's like this champion called Mithanel,
Ethimiel. Oh,
Nathaniel,
Nathaniel.
Nathaniel. Uh, and he's like, "Hey, I killed everybody else. Chill out," and he kills himself. And everybody freaks out because they're like, "Oh, you controlled him, and you shouldn't be able to do that because he was wearing the cool armor." Um, oh,
And Davian's like, yeah, I controlled him and made
yeah, I
him kill
controlled
himself.
him.
No,
Yeah, I killed
they're
him.
like, no, come on, tell us the truth.
He's like, I totally did it. We meet a lady who ends up very dead pretty soon. Sunray, who was a rebel, so we get some politicking from the other side. Uh, let's see. But she turns out to be Nethgala pretty soon. Um,
We don't know if she was Nethgala when she first met her, though.
well, no, because she
I
gets,
don't think so.
yeah, no, because the real one gets killed. They find her body, so it could be either way. Doesn't really matter. Um,
They find her body. It doesn't say like
when, yeah, they're like
they find her body after
after the
the
fight.
fight, but the body could have been there prior.
Sure, yeah. But I guess Davian could see the lies from Death Gala because he sees a lie from Isanre. So his ability should work on Death Gala, I think.
I think it was very.
Because he
I think it
sees
was
some black
questionable.
smoke.
I think it was questionable about whether or not his power was working then.
Yeah, maybe. Um,
It's definitely not working in this other dimension he's in.
yeah. So they're like, hey, you're gonna go to the pit or whatever, the mines. Um, and then they like push him through a portal with he's with the Dark Eighth and that he kills in the future that we've already seen that cool fight. Um, he gets pushed into a we don't really know, maybe a
You
pocket
skip
dimension.
you skip the whole part where he's meeting with the with
Yeah, none of that shit really matters. With
yeah.
Cassandra, they're like, ah, you're gonna go do stuff.
It's
Okay.
interesting because he's trying to figure out like I'm interested in seclusion and why these plates move around and like why he's pulling essence from the plates.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, there's stuff.
And it's
Just
a different plate. It's different. It's more dangerous than Ilshan Gathdale Teth, which is a place I wouldn't want to be either if I was any good guy.
yeah. I'm trying to
But
do it. I'm trying to do a summary quick. You can talk about this. You should do a short summary. This
we're
is
just discussing the damn book at this point, so.
Yeah, fair enough. But yeah, he goes into somewhere, maybe the past, maybe the future, maybe another dimension, because they talk about the red moon, so maybe the dark world or whatever. And they're
We learn from the other guy he meets that he saves that they all know that people are from different eras and different places.
yeah, and
So
Rayleth, I don't think we've heard about before, but I might be wrong. That's the prisoner. He's from before, he's from the past, but he's after Dilanus got blown up. Because he's like, oh, all of y'all are dead, because he uses essence or con or whatever. And he's like, oh,
yeah,
so
he thinks Davian is a Derisian.
yeah, the reason he is. So he's from the past, but um, after the genocide. Right? Yeah, he has the dark. Um, so I'm guessing this is the shadow world. Uh, but maybe he gets healed from it. He's like, oh, you just usually die from that. They're mining materials. It kind of reminds me, you'll get this. It kind of reminds me a little bit of like Sliders, where the bad guys from Sliders use other dimensions to
Yeah.
like get raw materials from.
Oh
Uh
man, the Cro-Mags,
yeah, the Cro-Mags.
which became like it was like a one-off episode, and then like two whole seasons. It was just like
Yeah.
Cro-Mag world after Cro-Mag world,
Yeah.
and they
So
were
if you
able to pick which worlds they could slide to.
yeah, so if you've never seen Sliders, it's basically alternate dimensions. It's what Talcamar wants to have happen to the world. But there's like uh this world becomes self-aware of that and like starts using other worlds for the resources and expansion and shit like that, and it's interesting. But yeah, so they're mining like metal or like broken stuff. Because so this
It's
town,
metal, yeah.
yeah, metal. This town Zavalar, which I don't think we've heard of before. Um, they're basically being slave labor from across timelines. They're mining metals for something. There's one portal out. Whenever they all came at once and the city exploded. So I'm guessing that it's kind of like a Dylanus situation where like since it blew up, there's like that's how they were able to travel to it. Maybe I don't know. But yeah, Davian arrives after like a month after or something like that, which shouldn't be possible. But the Dargathan is looking for him because he knows that Davian is still alive because of the fate stuff.
Destination.
Destination. Um, so yeah, there's some stuff with like I'm gonna sneak you into my group and I'm gonna give you food. There's like stuff like that. We learn about a new Bane called the Algorant, which are like crazy people with no faces and a bunch of teeth and stuff. They're
Kind of
pretty.
reminds me of the Faceless from Wheel of Time.
Yes, it reminds me of the TV version of them.
Yes.
Yeah. They seem cool. Um, there's like one entrance that they can go, so he's gonna like maybe stage a prison revolt or something. That's kind of it. We get left off there. We don't know
So
what time period, and we don't know where it is.
yeah, and they're ruled by so the Dargathan rule over the humans
Yeah,
and the uh other Banes,
yeah. The
which
other Banes kill them sometimes.
yes, it's funny because it described the other Banes as the most dangerous Bane ever, and I'm like, but these Dargathan rule over them? Like, this doesn't make sense. But
Yeah,
the humans are only allowed to gather. There's laws in this place now. Like the humans are only allowed to gather in groups of four
yeah,
or something like that. And so,
yeah,
like, if your people die, then you can kind of join other groups or let people join you or
yeah.
whatever. So
And just so
he,
happens one of the guys that died, so he could join with Rayla's party.
yeah, I know. It's very serendipity. Awesome, you know. Like
Yeah, yeah.
it's almost like somebody wrote that to happen.
I know.
Um,
I know.
yeah, it's interesting.
Yes.
I love the imagery though when he came into that place and was walking around the city and the Dargathan were s- pinned to the wall with stone spears.
Yeah.
Um, and then the spears had dark on the handles and whatnot. And then he was obviously fighting a crazed Dargathan,
Yeah.
um, which that was a fun battle.
Oh yeah.
But I was con I was confused because when he met when he first met Rayloth or whatever, right?
Yeah.
It was like a pit with a portal at the bottom, kind of, right?
I think.
But then later on, they were talking about the lake, and like,
I think it
I,
might have just had like maybe it was like the dark, I don't know. I was a little confused with that too.
yeah, because when they went back to the camp, they were like, yeah, it was something. He was talking about a lake that they were at, and I was like, I don't remember them being at a lake.
Oh, no. The camp is at a lake, and the lake is the only source of fresh
Water.
water. Yeah.
Okay,
So I don't. Yeah, I don't think there was a lake when he first met him. If I
okay,
remember.
but he was basically out there trying to kill himself.
Yeah, he was just like, I'm gonna die because I'm affected by the dark, and you need. I think it was it Khan? I can't remember. It was one of the resources. It must have been had to be Khan to get rid of the dark, or was it Essence?
Yes, yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
because he he used it. It blocks essence. I think.
Yeah.
I, I don't know. It's weird.
Yeah, I think it was Khan. But yeah, so there's no
I mean,
other. Augur, I guess.
We know
Yeah.
Davian used Khan
Yeah.
to heal and get rid of the dark that was on Rayluth.
Yeah.
And because he used Khan, the guy was like, "Oh, you're a Darisian."
Yeah.
And nobody else apparently can use Khan in this place.
Sure. Sure. Um, yeah, so very, very weird. And this is another one, like, it's not bad. It's just another thing that's contributing to me being like, this feels like a book 5 out of like 6 or 7. Which is like, yeah, we're gonna have Davian go on a weird interdimensional prison side quest for, I don't know, a couple hundred pages until he gets out and does stuff. It's not bad, it's just really weird. That's why I'm saying the structure of these books are very strange. But I'm enjoying it. It's very strange. I'm guessing
Yeah,
this is the Darklands.
I yeah, I'd think so. I think I think James Islington's strong suit is world building and characters. Um, not necessarily. I mean, his imagery is fantastic too. But as far as the plot, I think it's very complex, right? We don't get too much, and we have to see how it all ties together. And
Yeah,
that's when you when anybody takes on and has these ideas of plot twists
yeah,
and time travel and thousands of years of turmoil and history and battle and trying to change things, and there's a cycle and everything, it does drag out.
yeah,
And it's hard to go, okay, when is that right moment to drop a reveal, right? And I think that's what he struggles with. Like it seems like that's what he struggles with as far as what we've read. We've read a whole lot of pages and haven't had like oh, okay, that part solved. Now how are we getting somewhere, right? Because
yeah,
from the first half of book one, right? Not even the first half, the first quarter or whatever, of book one, we knew that they had to reinforce the boundary, right? When did we get to reinforce the boundary? The end of book two. How many books
yeah,
are there? Three. So it's like we finally solved the thing that was presented to us. We solved the thing that was presented to us at the beginning of book one, at the end of book two.
yeah. I don't
And
mind, I don't mind that. I think what I'm struggling with, and it's why I like the weird stuff and some of the Davian stuff, even a little bit of, is like, what is this book actually about, right? Is it about Talcumar trying to break the cycle of fate and like rewrite history so it's like, you know, even if he can't bring his wife back, everybody can live free and he's gotta like defeat the Venerate and fight the devil or whatever, the devil of fate, and like break through. Is that what this book's actually about? Because it doesn't seem that way. It seems like it's about like these cool time shenanigan type stuff that's gonna eventually maybe mangle it, mesh into that plot eventually. Because like I still don't know how what I think the thing I'm trying is that I still don't know what Talcumar's plan is. And it's we're a fourth of the way through book the final book, right? So like he seems like he set up all this stuff, right? I mean, he did because he erased all of his memories, but he trained Davian and the and Baz Melchesh, and he like set up so Asha could be the one in the tributary and stuff. So like he set us all up in motion because he knew that Davian would live long enough to go back into the past, and that's kind of why he chose those people. Um, But like, I still don't know what his goal is to kill all the Venerate and then like
You know
seal the
what I
thing?
just thought of?
I don't know. I don't know what his thing is.
Hey,
And yeah.
I get you talking about this, it just made this click. So here's the prediction for the end of the book. Here's my prediction for the end of the book and why each of our characters is important. Okay?
Yeah.
All right. So if we go back to the parable that we had in book one, where the king or the lands, meets the devil, and the devil says, "You're going to worship me." And he's like, "No." He's like, "Oh, I'll give you three tests, and you have to do these three tests." The tests were find somebody that would take your place as king. That's weird.
Hmm.
Um, the next one was a friend.
I have to look that up.
Let's see, what was it? There were three people. Like there
Yeah.
was the lover and the king, and then the person to live forever, right?
Maybe. It's been a while.
Where the fuck is it? Was it in the third?
It was in a flash. It was when he met what's his face for the first time, right? Uh one of the Venerant for it was in a flashback, right?
I
Maybe
think
not.
so. Sorry, I'm for anybody listening or watching, I'm trying to
Yeah. Do you want
look.
me to tell you my prediction real fast?
Well, hold on. I want to. Where is this? I know I wrote a note. Was it in book one or book two?
It was in book one.
That story?
Yeah. Pretty sure. If not.
Um, doo-doo-doo. But anyway, there were three things, and so
Yeah.
Asha's his wife that he never trusted. Weir is the guy to take his place as king.
Wouldn't Nthgala be the wife? Yeah.
Well, it would have to be.
Yeah. Um,
I mean, Nethgala is. Yeah, I don't know. I'm trying to
put it all together.
connect that
Yeah.
parable
Yeah.
and re. Where the fuck was it?
Yeah.
I thought it was in book one.
We could save this for next week's discussion if you find
Yeah,
it.
yeah. Anyway,
But
uh,
yeah, I mean this could be cool. But yeah, I think that's my biggest problem. I don't really know what the actual plot of this book is, the series is. And that's why like some of these side quests and like weird and stuff doesn't really I'm just confused by them almost. Because, it is cool, but it's kind of just right now it just seems weird. But do you want to know my prediction is that uh the Davian that was killed and passed by Alkmaar was actually not Davian, it was Nethgala. She goes back in time as an act of love to sacrifice herself to like send him on this path of redemption. So that way, because we know you have to be dead for your to be able to be shapeshifted into. We know Davian is technically dead, so it should be possible. I think from the magic, but it would be unexpected because you'd be like, "Oh, Davian's still alive," and it would be sad because like, "Oh, Nethgala sacrificed herself," and then that also lets Davian like do other stuff before fate is broken, and it would be cool. So that's my prediction.
I like that.
I also predict that Fessie's not dead because that's just so lame. If she actually is dead, I'm gonna be so sad.
Yeah, I can see Fessy not being dead.
Yeah, I mean, especially off screen. Be like, she's like, oh no, oh, we get it a little bit initially being like, hey, she's kind of normal if she's in the tolls. So we'll see if my prediction of her being a Echo is correct or not. But we don't get any of her yet.
A shell is normal when she's in the
Yeah,
toll.
yeah. Because Aaron talks to Weir about that for a little bit. He's like, yeah, like because he's like, we could do fake visions to like make your shit go through if you want us to, and he's like, no, that'd be bad. Um, so they don't do that. But yeah, so we'll probably get some of her, hopefully, because she seems cool, and we I kind of want to know why she went insane at the end of the book too. Okay, let me ask you this, predictions. When do you think Asha gets out of the token? Or gets out of the tributary?
I think in the second, this next
This
section.
next section? Yeah, I think so too. I think she has to. Because that would make the boundary fall and like shit pop off. Um,
Yes.
so I think yeah, maybe like in her fight, or maybe what the Ellie like does to her because she's like, you're not gonna like it, does something to and like breaks the tributary or something. Um, do you think Davian gets out of the pocket dimension in this next section?
Davian gets out of the pocket dimension. I feel like he has to. I think things are gonna start to snowball and speed up.
I think so too.
Um,
Do you think this, like in the pocket dimension, is where he goes back in time and talks with Pasha? Do you think that's going to happen this section?
from within the pocket dimension,
Or yeah, or just within this section, he talks because we know he's a prisoner when he talks with Pasha, because he's like, he's getting fed questions off screen, and he like breaks contact and is able to tell her a little bit.
it's either within here or when he gets out of here.
Yeah, I think so
Because I
too.
think when he gets out of here, he's still gonna be stuck in
In
either sol not solitude,
yeah, the city. I mean,
seclusion.
yes, seclusion. Basically the same thing.
Same thing. I,
Yeah,
he's either going to be still stuck in seclusion or put back into the prison in Ilshan got them Teth.
yeah,
Um,
yeah. I
or
think
um, I was going to say or, but that didn't make sense. Yeah, it's got to be
yeah,
one of those.
yeah. I think that's gonna happen. Section. I have no idea what Talcamar's gonna do. He's gonna reunite with the princess, and they're gonna have babies or something. I don't know. He's yeah,
Uh,
yeah. I think big prediction for like the sad thing that's gonna happen is that it's gonna be kind of like Flashpoint or whatever. Where like the Flash can save his mom but doom the world, and he's gonna have to like never meet the wife or something to like save the world. It's gonna be sad. I think it's something like that's gonna happen, right? I'm just thinking of sad stuff. Like that seems like it would be sad and emotional. Um, yeah. I'm really interested in as much as I've kind of complained about this book series, it is good. Like it's well written, it's fun. I just don't know if the plot works for me, which is fine. You can have bad plots and good stories. So
yeah.
yeah, I've watched lots of television shows that do that. Where it's like, oh, the characters are fun. I'll watch like 3 seasons of this.
Yeah. What is it? The Vampire Diaries?
Hey, that has a good plot and good character.
uh, all right, let's see what else do we. Oh, the character Galen is interesting. The voice of the Protector,
Oh yeah,
uh,
I
who
forgot.
somehow is not a Venerate.
Yeah,
Um,
Maybe he also got attached to the forge somehow.
yeah. Oh, there's 13 comes up a whole lot.
Mm.
Um, we got 13 attachments to the forge with what's his name? Alchesh.
Yeah,
And then there was something in here about there's only 13 augurs at any one time that can
yeah,
manipulate Khan.
yeah.
Um, and I had a prediction.
For who's the 13th one is?
No, just that Alchesh pulling 13 strands from the forge could be the reason why only 13 augurs can access Khan at any time.
Yeah, I can see that.
Um, I had that as prediction. Um, let's see. And you already said it, and I had it written down here that Aelric was going to like gain some forces or something in the south and come up and help with the final
And
battle.
that seems like pretty, yeah, it seems pretty logical. Like maybe they are went to Desriel and the other country and they're like round that's why their forces are rallying too. You could have something like that, which could be cool.
That would be cool.
So instead of like, oh, they're gonna come wipe us out, it's like, oh, they're gonna come help us. I can see that. I'm trying to
Yeah, so
think.
like Ilinalad doesn't get destroyed. Excuse me, because of the forces from the south, but the forces of the south are coming up to help them, and Elenon gets destroyed despite their help.
Yeah, and they have to like fall back to Tolshen or something, and they have a final battle there or something like that. I'm trying to think who could be the 13th Augur. Maybe it's Rayleigh. Maybe he comes from the past. He's like, I'm the 13th Augur. Um, because yeah, I'm trying to, maybe it's fucking Weir's sister. You think she ever comes back?
I think she's dead.
No, she's not dead. We know she's not dead.
Oh,
She gets healed after the
oh yeah, his mom's dead.
yeah, his mom's
Jesus
dead.
Christ. Okay.
I
It could be.
she I think she should have died. It would make him, but then his mom died. We made Weir just really sad. If all of his family members die, um, I think it's I'm gonna say hot take. I think his mom should have survived. I think it would have made it more interesting because you'd have like because I'm a little tired like the administration doesn't trust Weir, but like if his mom was there, we could like have more cohesion with the administration. But alas, yeah, I don't know
I
who. Yeah,
I I'll say his sister.
okay.
It seems logical.
I can see that.
Otherwise, it's just somebody that we haven't seen,
Yeah.
potentially.
And maybe it's somebody from like Desreal or something like that that like will come in the final thing. Maybe it's Ray. I kind of like I'm gonna go with Rayleth. We're gonna get a past augur
There you
that
go.
doesn't even know he's an augur, um, which would then make this weird thing maybe make a little bit more sense why it's placed here. We got a future past augur to help us out. But yeah, that's my prediction.
All right, what's your favorite moment?
Um, I liked all the Asha stuff. I think her leveling up, maybe having a cool like hyperbolic time chamber, like the horror of the tributary, and I think this Daria fight's gonna be fun. So that's probably my favorite stuff.
That's funny.
That's your least favorite?
I put Asha seemingly living in a happy sim was just kind of like my least favorite part of it.
Yeah, I've always
I
liked.
thought it was cool to do some of the stuff. Like some of the stuff that happened in there was cool, but just oh, okay, you're in living in a happy sim. And I think it
Yeah.
might have been the first thing, like when she was walking around, right?
Mhm.
When we
Yeah.
first see her, like that part was like, okay, you're just you're in a torture thing, and but you're
Yeah, I think like the Daria stuff and the Ellie construct, maybe Takuma's wife's soul or some shit. All that stuff is really interesting to me than some of the other stuff. Um, of like Takumar jumping off a cliff. Like,
yeah.
like,
I thought the prologue though. Speaking of Talcumar jumping off a cliff, the prologue was a good
it was cool, yeah.
action packed entry back into the world, right?
Yeah, I do agree with that.
I also thought that the arena was really cool.
Yeah.
Like if it ever comes back, it could be really fucking cool. Um, without spoiling anything, it remind like what's funny is I watched Mandalorian and Grogu and then this, and I was like, there was a similarity with the arena. Um,
Yeah. I like the arena because you don't know if the reason why that guy killed himself is because he can't kill Davian because Davian is fated to die by Talcumar. So he literally Davian can't beat him, so he literally has to kill himself. Or if he because he does like a symbol that like Davian knows. So like maybe he's a plant from Talcumar or something weird like that from the past. Um but yeah, so like, because even Cassandra's like, yeah, a guy that's fated to live, if we throw him down a well, he's just gonna somehow survive. So like, we're just gonna send him to this future dimensional prison or some shit, to like torture him so he can like do some stuff. So I thought that was interesting. In fact, how you, it's kind of like the thing where like, if you know you live to this point, you can kind of do anything. Which is why I wish Davian was like, all right, I'm just gonna see if I can kill myself. Because then that would be your thing of like, you does fate actually exist? You would know if you just actually try to kill yourself. Um, but he hasn't done that yet.
yeah. And then the last thing that I had that was kind of one of my favorite moments was, um, and it should be no surprise. I like horror scenes and stuff. In this pocket dimension, the new Bane type, it's like
Mm.
essentially like it reminded me like the Slender Man, right?
Yeah,
Like this horror in a forest and mystery around it. It's like, oh Jesus Christ, what the fuck is this thing?
yeah, they're gnarly.
Um, so that was the last of my favorite moments.
Yeah,
And also, I will admit, a lot of times I write a favorite moment or two early on, and then once I'm like, oh, okay, yeah, those are cool. I never go back and like overwrite what my favorite was.
yeah.
Um, but
Yeah,
admittedly, I am horrible with ranking things
yeah.
as favorites, like specific things. I will give you like I really like these things.
These five things, yeah.
Um, like I hate it when my daughter's like, "Hey, what is your favorite this?" And I'm like, "I don't know. I really like these five of them." She goes, "But yeah, but which one is your favorite?" I don't know. Like
Yeah,
I like things about each of them, and some of them are better at this one thing, and the others are better at this one thing. So
yeah. I mean, I'm decent at it, but also I kind of just go like, that one's works. You know what I mean? Yeah, some things I will be a little bit more like concrete on because but like yeah, for this like I like the Asha stuff, but I felt the like like you said, the Hakamar fight at the prologue was really cool. The stuff with Davian and the arena was cool too. But yeah, I like Asha. I wish I mean she's gonna do a lot of shit in this book. She has to. So I'm really curious about that. But yeah, ranking stuff is fun.
yeah,
The internet also loves tier lists, so you kind of have to rank stuff.
yes, they do. But all right, any other final thoughts?
No. Um, only that I am excited for like I said, it's the best written 6 out of 10. So I'm looking forward to reading more of it because it's fun. It's just not particularly right now my thing.
I can respect that. I don't think it's my favorite series, but I like it a lot.
Yeah.
Let's see. So the next section, we're going to be reading through chapter 27.
It's like
So,
peppers.
yeah. And we start off we start off with an Asha chapter. So, um yeah, through 27. Also, that being said, if you've made it this far, thank you so much. Said it a million times. We enjoy talking about books. We enjoy reading books. We would read and talk about them even if we didn't record ourselves and share it with y'all. But it gives everybody a chance, anybody that finds us, to listen, have a new perspective, engage with us if they want, which not very many people have. The few that have, thank you very much. If you've liked our streams, uh, not really streams. If you've liked our videos or podcast episodes, thank you. Continue to do so. You can subscribe, find out whenever a new episode drops. Um, Share it with your friends, family, anybody that cares to, and leave us a rating or review where possible. That all of those things help uh, us gain some notice so that more people can listen to us babble.
Yes.
So, um, make sure you visit our sponsor, Mudcat Whiskers. Use code Paperweights at mudcatwhiskers.com and you'll save yourself 15%. And we will see y'all next time.
Bye.